ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ,
ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಐ.
Right now, I'm standing in front of
Sridevi Institute of Technology.
ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಸುದ್ದಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಏನು. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ have it.
Temple is a place of supreme divinity and purity, where human temptations remain abated and the soul is raised to a higher level of eternal happiness. Logamaliyarkavu or Loganarkavu temple, frequently alluded to in the ballads of North Kerala, stands at about 5 kilometers to the town of Vadagara, Kozhikode district, Kerala. Loganarkavu consists of a complex of 3 temples: the Bhagavati or Goddess Durga temple, the Shiva temple and the Vishnu temple, the more famous and frequented one being one of the goddess of Durga. Historically, it is believed that Loganarkavu temple was constructed by the Lohana community hailing from Sindh province that includes Gujarat. Originally the temple was called Lohanarkavu, and in the course of time Lohanarkavu became Loganarkavu. Another version is that it is a Malayalam word Logamaliyarkavu.
ലൊഹാനകൾ സ്ഥാപിച്ച ക്ഷേത്രം എന്ന കണക്കിൽ ലൊഹാനകളുടെ ക്ഷേത്രനാഥത്തിൽ ലോകനാഥാവ് എന്ന പേര് ഒന്നായി പ്രാപിക്കും. മലയും കാവും ആറും ഒക്കെ ചേർന്ന പ്രദേശമുണ്ട്.
2 other temples of Vishnu and Shiva are also seen at Loganarkavu. The Vishnu's temple is even older than the Devi temple, pointing to the belief that goddess sat in the temple during her temple construction. Kadathanadu, which includes Loganarkavu as a rich cultural and ascetic tradition. Brahmananda Shivayogi, Vagbhadananda Guru and Shivananda Paramahamsa played a prominent role in the cultural awakening of Kadathanadu. The popular opinion is that Cherusheri, who authored Krishna Gada, was born in Cherusheri Illam of Puttur near Loganarkavu. Shiva temple was constructed at a much later period as the Kadathanadu rulers gained some control over Loganarkavu. Temple has 3 pujas normally: morning Usha Puja, noon Ucha Puja and night Atara Puja. The temple is normally open for darshan from morning 5 to 11:30 am and evening 5 to 8 pm. Important festivals of Loganarkavu are the Mandala Vilakku festival, Puram Mahotsavam and Navaratri festival. 2 ponds lie in the vicinity of temple. The bigger one where the immersion of idol during Puram festival takes place, and the second is in the western side of temple. This was constructed by a woman belonging to the Nagariks, namely Kotturama. The smaller one is near the Vishnu temple. Chambai was born into the Perakol Madam next to Loganarkavu. Though he got settled in Palakkad, Chambai used to pay his visit to the holy temple Loganarkavu every now and then and offer his prayers in the form of musical concerts. To keep the light of music led by him burning, Chambai Sangeetotsava is conducted during the Navaratri days in this temple. The working class, marginalized backward communities like Dalits and Iravas have certain rights in the temple. The Iravas or Tiyas, who have the privilege of offering tender coconut or Ilanir Varavu, enjoy certain privileges. The Kaladipayattu hero, the Choli Odenan, is often wrongly associated with the history of this temple. Though Odenan had no holding rights in the temple, he was a great devotee of Logambika. His great devotion to Logambika was very famous. The temple entry proclamation of the progressive-minded Kadatanadu Raja was a milestone in the history of Loganarkavu temple. Though privileges were given to the backward communities, it anyway didn't allow temple entry to them. 16th October 1946 witnessed a social revolution in Loganarkavu. Everything in moderation, know thyself, service to humanity is service to God are the meaningful message of Logambika to humanity. This message is intended to save and preserve life, habitat and Mother Earth. Devi exhorts us to respect and honor our parents and teachers, not to deviate from the path of truth. Logambika's teachings that those who cannot be sincere to their parents will never be sincere to anybody else, including God. The shrine of Saint Teresa of Avila at Mahi is one of the oldest shrines in India and probably the oldest in Malabar. According to the De Mission Mahines in Malabarist commentaries, Reverend Father Dominic of St. John of the Cross, an Italian, came to Mahi and established the Mahi mission in 1723 when King Bayanur, the Raja of Kadatanadu near Badagara, was the ruler. A small community of Christians grew up in this place, and in 1736 the shrine of Saint Teresa was erected and in December of that year was dedicated to this reformer of the Carmelite order according to the solemn ritual of the Roman Catholic Church. A small wooden statue of Saint Teresa of Avila, which is said to be the miraculous, is exposed for public veneration at this shrine once a year about the time of the feast, that is, from the 5th to the 2nd October every year. Documents do not speak about the origin of this miraculous statue, but two traditions are existing in the place about it. This miraculous statue was supposed to have been carried on a ship along the west coast, and the ship is said to have stopped at Mahi and would not move. Whereupon the crew understood that it was the will of Saint Teresa of Avila that this particular statue was to be enshrined at Mahi. Another tradition has it that this miraculous statue was caught in a fisherman's net in the sea near Mahi. Before 1736, the church was only a shed constructed with bamboos and coconut leaves. Saint Teresa of Avila, the patroness and the wonder worker of Mahi, was born at Avila in Spain on 28 March 1515. She was scarcely 7 when burning with desire for martyrdom. She secretly left home with her little brother Rodrigo for Africa to offer her life in sacrifice for the glory of Jesus Christ and the salvation of souls.
And she was beautiful, a girl from the childhood onwards. But all the same, in spite of her beauty, she had that thirst for the inner beauty. That is, to be with the one who has called her. She experienced that call. That is why in her teenage they wanted to some proposals came, but she said no. She refused. Then somebody said that your feet are beautiful. Then she said jokingly, okay, see now only, afterwards you will not be able to see. That means that she had that inner desire to become a person completely dedicated to God.
However, she was persuaded to return home by her uncle, where she compensated her desire by various works of charity. At 16, she entered the Carmelite convent of the Incarnation at Avila. After long charities to the world, she left with a death caused by a violent impulse of divine love occurred at Alba on 4th October 1582. Ever since the establishment of the shrine in 1736, a strange devotion has grown up here to this great saint of God and is specially fostered by the non-Christians, Hindus and others of Mahi, surrounding places and other parts of Malabar. The solemn Holy Mass and the novena takes place from 5th October to 22nd October at 6 p.m. every year, followed by procession. On those days, devotees, on account of the special favors granted to them by the spiritual mother, would be seen rolling the road in front of the church. Innumerable candles that are burnt at this shrine during the year and especially during the feast time in thanksgiving for the graces received shows an eloquent testimony of the immense power of Saint Teresa.
ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ನ ಸುದ್ದಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.